Alright, welcome back to my favorite guilty pleasure, Terminator Resistance. If you watched the first video, I apologize for some sound issues and me completely drowning myself out with a minigun at the end of that video if you watched it all the way through. Today we're going to start the main campaign, and we're going to do start the main campaign from the beginning. I'll kick off the audio as soon as we get done with the main screen, just because of the copyright problems. Alright, you should be getting a little bit more sound now, and let's push a button. Wrong button.
On August 29th, 1997, Skynet, a computer system built to protect us, became self-aware. It viewed humanity as a threat to its existence and decided to act. Judgment Day, as we eventually called it, marked the beginning of the war against the machines. Skynet attacks happened almost daily, but the attack that happened on that day was like nothing we'd seen before.
Here's hoping that doesn't get copywritten.
Come on. Where are the others? Where's the rest of the Resistance? I don't know. Ah! No! No!
Listen to me if you want. Get a bus, now. Keep moving, quick.
I'm through. This is Private Jacob.
I know who you are. There's an evacuation point on the other side of town. You need to get there. As soon as you get down the street, turn right and run as fast as you can. Now go right.
And now we haul ass. And we're going to get shot in the process, but that's fine because we're kind of beating this secret. I'm probably not going to be talking over most of that.
Turn left. Up there, through that tunnel.
Yeah, because I don't want to ruin the audio.
Are you okay? Talk to me.
I am. Who are you?
It doesn't matter. Right now, you need to find a way to get out of there.
Yeah, if you watch the first Infiltrator stream, you noticed how much trouble I had getting through the boards in that one door, just doing one at a time until I just got fed up and started shooting at it. Yeah, Rivers doesn't have that problem. Ah, the medkit. And our trade resources. This is going to be our cash, and probably most of our pickups for the entirety of the game. There are some vendors. We will see them eventually. But yeah, I'll be spending a lot of time sticking my nose in corners and shit trying to find trade resources because they're useful for buying ammunition.
HK aerial flying by. Don't let it see you.
And that's freaking cool because that looks really good. Very much Terminator 2, Terminator 1. Alright.
Alright, I left something ahead for you, so keep moving.
Yep, and this is similar to the Terminator vision that we had in the Infiltrator mode, except we can't shoot with it while we're using it. Kind of a bummer, but that's kind of the point, too. It also makes the game really stupidly easy if you can see through walls.
Stop. There are T-800s patrolling the front of the building. Make sure they don't see you.
Yeah, at this point in time, if they were to see us, we'd be warm meat. T-800s are death incarnate right up until you get access to plasma weapons, so let's not do that.
There should be a gun in there. Pick it up. Next, there's a vent hidden behind a picture. It will lead you out of there.
The ever-popular starter pistol. I'm not actually sure what this is. It looks like a 45. Yeah, it's got a 45 model, but it's running on 9 rounds, so it's got a bit of an extended magazine. Who knows? Yeah, there's your flashlight. Okay. We're probably not going to be using this pistol for much more than... Yep. Threat detectors teaches you how the threat detector works.
That gun ready. Or sneak past them if you don't want to engage.
You little bastards now. This is an RPG, so, you know, there is incentive for you to shoot your enemies. So in those top right-hand corners, you get a little vision cone to let you know where your enemies are and which direction you're facing, if you're close enough. If you're not, they're just kind of a vague dot on the map. Oh, we got 2 of them. And these things will mess you up. Ow. They have it like taser function. Hurts. And can drain your health real quick if you're not paying attention. One of the nice visual cues for the little spider drones is that, and pretty much all Skynet units, is if you haven't looted them, they've got little lightning arcs, electricity arcs going out of them. So you can keep an eye, you have an idea what you can still get resources
You're in
out
that
of.
garage. It's important.
What's there? Hello?
I can't say anything because that's spoiler territory, but yeah, it's important.
Patrick, come over here. We can't do this right now, kiddo.
I don't want to go with
No,
you.
You don't, but we can't stay here. Who's there? Oh, thank God. You're from the Resistance. See, Patrick? He's going to help us.
No, they're going to get us.
Please, you need to help me. My little brother, he just won't listen.
I'm not going. Leave me alone. I said leave me alone.
That's right. Your choices matter, and they have a dialogue tree. I mean, most of it is binary. But yeah, this is... Look at those models, straight out of 2009. Alright, let's do the right thing, because there's a good and a bad ending. The bad ending is, of course, everybody dies, so...
I know you're scared, but staying here is not an option. I'll protect you and your sister, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. I'm Jennifer, by the way.
I've heard there's an evacuation point near here.
Yeah, I know. My people are organizing it. We're heading there right now. I'll take us there. Come on, let's go. Where's
Man.
the rest of the Resistance?
I don't know. I came here looking for them myself.
So it's just you then.
Jennifer and Patrick are your 2 major story points up until
This way.
the...
But Pasadena was safe.
Was. Until all the soldiers were pulled out from the area.
till we get a little bit further in the story and meet the commander of
Through here.
the local resistance group. Alright, and now the most butt-clenching part of the opening sequence.
Terminators!
Get down! Get down!
What's going on?
Oh yeah, they're long gone. They despawned as soon as they left the sequence.
Aaron said these attacks happen more often as the line gets closer.
This Erin, has she seen the Annihilation line?
Seen it. She's been on the other side of it. She tried to warn us, but we didn't listen. We're here.
Here we go.
Gracious of you to finally join us. Where's your father?
He's not coming.
God damn it. Tell Ryan that we need to leave now.
Colin, you'll love to hate this guy.
No. Just let me think.
Jennifer, thank God you're here.
Oh, you're from the Resistance. Thank you for making sure that Jennifer and Patrick got here safe.
Are you the guy I spoke to on the radio?
Nah, I don't think so. I haven't been able to reach anybody for a while now, but listen, I know that Colin wants us to go, but I don't know how I feel about leaving anyone behind. Jennifer just got here, and you said yourself that you heard someone on the radio. There could be other people out there. Don't you think somebody should go and look for them? I mean, you're from the Resistance. It's your call.
Another binary choice, of course. Searching for other survivors is the right thing to do, and being human is the right choice.
I'll search for other survivors.
Good, I'll get the bus ready. Before you go, talk to Erin. She might be able to get you a med kit. Oh, and take this. You'll probably need it.
I think Ryan is probably one of the he gets sidelined pretty quickly in this game once we get about a third of the way through it, and I think his model work is pretty poorly done. He's kind of like, he's the old man of the group and he's got some stories, but all in all he doesn't, except for this point right now where he's helping you escape, he has no real bearing on the story.
Ryan told me that you might have a med kit for me.
Did he now? So I guess he's the one who rations out our supplies. If you really need it, you can have it. But our supplies are scarce, and I'd rather keep it for a real emergency. So you tell me, do you really need it or not?
Love Aaron. He's the grandma doctor of the group of plucky survivors.
I'll manage without it.
I'm glad you're more brave than Ryan.
Brave doesn't have anything to do with it, lady. He's just, yeah, forget it. So, yeah, Ryan was nice enough to give us an Uzi 9mm. Yes, I will be doing bad Arnold Schwarzenegger impressions during this whole thing.
Chasing ghosts? That's what we do now? Fucking hero.
Fuck you, Colin. We won't have to deal with Colin for too long. But yeah, the Uzi 9mm is a straight upgrade from the 45 pistol. Don't ask me how that works. And so there's no real reason to keep the 45 after you've gotten the Uzi. It really just takes up space in your inventory, and inventory space can get a little tricky, especially once you start getting all the stuff. Oh look, there's the Spider Scout. Close him down a little bit. Yep. We got a few more on the other side, and if you look at the top right-hand corner, you can see the mini-map has objectives, and it also help you keep track of your experience. Like I said in the Infiltrator video, the leveling system goes from 1 to 24. Hello, Armored Spider Bot. Yep. This thing is a kind of a small walking tank with twin miniguns, so it's not a good thing to engage out in the open. However, they're mostly blind, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. And see. There you are. Yeah, the Spider Scouts have a pretty good range on their little electric attack, too, so yeah, don't, just because they
Anyone there?
aren't within spitting distance doesn't mean they can't jack you up. And they hurt, too. Almost missed those resources. Let's see. Oh yeah, these little green boxes. They're the stand-ins for the standard U.S. military ammo boxes that you see in every other video game. They've always got some really good, useful goodies in them. Usually some sort of ammunition. And of course, now we're looking at the armored spider, and there's no leaning mechanic, which I can understand why they didn't include it. It's something that requires a lot of extra effort to program in. Look at that, listen to that sucker clump. Most enemies have some sort of weakness. The armored spider has that thing on the back is a weak point. So if you can hose it down with even small caliber ballistics, you'll do some pretty hefty damage, or at least bonus damage. I think they registered as critical hits because, hey, this is a video game after all. Oops. There we go. So yeah, if you've been playing a lot of Fallout 4, if you see me swinging at random, it's me trying to remember that the F key is melee attack, not bring up the weapon wheel. And we will have to hose him down again here shortly. They actually have a couple of weak points. The spider has... The spider bot, not the spider scout, has its main sensor eye. As you can see, you can see the main sensor eye is a weak point. And they will kill you pretty quick if you're not paying attention. Although you're pretty stupid about obstacles. There you go. And now he's dead. Cool. He's actually the objective for rescuing the survivors. You see, we've got some parts. There's a crafting system in this game. Yep. And some medium caliber ammunition. So anyway, back to what I was saying. They've got the little scanner, the little optical sensor here is a weak point. So you shoot them in the eyes, or you can shoot them in the back where that little I don't know what you would call it, glowing red dot, glowing weak point, presents itself. However, some of the more advanced versions, which you'll see later in the game, actually have shields that'll snap down over the eyes and then it'll fire blind. There's supposed to be... Hello. The Spider Scout, on the other hand, is pretty much all weak point. Come on, come back here, you little bastard. You're gonna zap me, aren't you? Yeah. Good old whack. Like I was saying about the ammunition, there's medium caliber ammunition, and small caliber ammunition, shotgun shells, and then there's the violet and red plasma, but we'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, I'm getting over a little bit of a cold, so the sniffing and other noises you might hear coming from me are a result of that, and I apologize. But once you get the M16 and get enough ammunition for it, there's no real reason to carry around small caliber ammunition anymore. I think that's just about every point. I've gone full circle at this point. So we're going to go find... Yes, the FOV is garbage. No, there's not a whole lot I can do about it. So if you're feeling motion sick, I apologize. And there's a very, very good reason, or at least in Taeon's mind, there's a good reason why the FOV has to be at 70 rather than 90, as most people are used to. But we'll get to that. Alright, small caliber ammo and a medkit. Medkits are going to save our butts. As a matter of fact, small medkit. So there's two types of medkits: a small medkit and a large medkit.
Who's there?
Oh, we got a girl.
I've come to get you. There's an evacuation point not far from here. You need to get there fast.
No, I'm not leaving. Have you seen what's out there? That giant spider. It's going to get us. You have to destroy it.
I already took care of it. It's safe now.
Oh, thank God. Thank you.
She unlocks the
I don't
door.
see anyone else. I'm heading your way.
And she takes off towards the meetup with Ryan. However, we're going to raid this for ammo and med kits. She's not that important, but she is essential for getting the good ending. You'll see eventually. Alright, we're gonna truck back to the end.
We're almost there.
And then we're gonna get shot at a bunch. Introducing the flying drones. They're there. Oh, that's a spider. There's a flying drone on there somewhere. And this is where I go hide in the corner. Alright. The biggest problem right now is I don't have... There's the flying drones. These guys are probably going to be our most common adversary.
That reminds me of a good old... Come on, let's clear the path.
Flying scouts. There's a bigger version that has like actual plasma guns. These are just similar to the scout drones that have energy blasts. And their weakness is pretty much the entirety of everything. Where's that? There we go. And now... Ah, shit. Ow, 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 ow. Running away. Yeah. They can mess you up if even if you're...
This one's for you! I'm out of ammo! Grab this!
There we go. Yep, and then we don't even get a
Jennifer,
chance to
what's the
scrounge.
holdup?
Tin cans coming!
Jennifer!
Get in!
Go, go, go!
What we know about plasma rifles, the
Hold on,
the
getting out
corrugated
here.
steel on that bus wouldn't do something. But hey, this is a video game. Whatever.
Mark's about to pass out. We need to stop soon.
Okay, we'll do that. I don't think we've been properly introduced. I'm Ryan. That over there is Erin. She's the doctor of the group. Jennifer's a scavenger, and Colin, well, you can ask him yourself what he thinks he does.
I'm Jacob. I'm a private from the Resistance. Pacific Division.
Pacific? You're a long way from home. What you doing down here?
My entire division was wiped out. I'm trying to get in touch with the South Division. I've got a message for Commander Barron.
So, it's true? The Annihilation Line's coming?
It wasn't the Annihilation Line. It was something else.
Then what was it?
To be honest, I'm not sure myself.
God damn it! That's as far as this piece of shit will go.
Let's get off the road. Pull up over there. We got some time on them, so let's not lose our heads.
I'll be on the fucking lookout for tin cans.
Aaron, you do what you think is best for Mark. I'll see what I can do about the bus. Jacob, it might take a while, so can you look inside and see if it's safe to stay?
Sure.
Jennifer, would you help me?
Sure.
Oh, and we leveled up. Look at that. So in the top right-hand corner, you can see a little star and the number 1 next to it. That means we leveled up. And I'm just going to skip right to the skills. So we've got 3 groups of skills. You've got your combat, your science, and your survival. Each one of these has a couple of categories underneath it. Probably the most useful ones are going to be backpack, fast learner, lockpicking, not so much hacking, and of course weapons. Because weapons, if you look here, stealth level 1 with visual detection decreased by 10%, and each category gives you a different description. So this increases our visual detection again and gives you allows you to mark enemies, like in various other first-person shooters. Like Far Cry and stuff like that. They kind of tried to do an open world thing with this game. It didn't really work, but that's not the point. No, it's more of a hub-based mission system. We'll get to that. And then, of course, move 20% faster, visual detection decreased again. But the interesting things is once you get to weapon level 3, it allows you to pick up and use the Skynet R95 plasma rifle off the ground, which is allows you to use it once you pick it up. You get access to the Skynet weapons before you get access to the Resistance weapons. So this will give you a pretty good fighting chance if you happen to get your hands on one of these. But like I said in the other video, they kind of suck because you only get like 10 shots before the weapon overheats, and it's probably not going to be enough to kill the target you're looking for. It also mentions weapon upgrades. We'll get to that when the game gets to it. Because there are weapon upgrades, but only for the energy weapons. Unfortunately, and I kind of think they missed it, but I understand time issues are a thing. There are no upgrades for your ballistic weapons. And there you go. And second generation violet weaponry. Once you hit level 5, you pretty much don't need to worry about the Skynet version because you'll have access to the Resistance rifle, and it pretty much knocks it out of the park. Lockpicking is pretty standard fare. It's almost identical to everything done by Bethesda in the last decade. Explosive allows you to disarm laser trip mines, level 1. Level 2 allows you to actually pick them, permanently disarm them. And level 3 lets you pick them up. Unfortunately, the laser trip mines only make an appearance in like 2 points in the game. So that skill is kind of not useful. Definitely going to need the lockpicking skill though. Crafting is useful up to a certain point. Allows you to craft things like explosives, which are really useful in cleaning out large groups of enemies or hurting a tough enemy. And of course, level 1 items, level 2 items, etc. We'll get to that once we get into properly crafting, which the game introduces pretty well. Hacking won't be introduced until I think the 3rd mission, and we'll get there, and it's probably going to be one of the more harrowing missions in the game. That sequence with the Terminators where they walk by the cars and everybody's hiding, we get to do that again, except this time it's pretty much the whole level. It's actually not that bad, it's just very tense. Does a very good job of being tense. Hacking level 2 allows you to hack more important targets, increases your hacking intense, and gives you an opportunity to brute force a hack, which is useful if you don't want to play the minigame. The minigame in this case is actually Frogger. So that's a callback to the 80s. The backpack upgrades are pretty much stock standard. Toughness upgrades are pretty much exactly that. Toughness 5, however, includes health regeneration, so you actually start getting 1 point of health per second. So it's not a fast tick rate, but it is useful. And then, of course, Fast Learner gives you more experience. This is pretty limited, just because there is a level cap in this game. So sprinting towards level 24, while ideal because it allows you to access some of the stuff sooner, doesn't necessarily do you all that much good. We're going to go ahead and go with lockpicking because I don't have to worry about my inventory filling up till a little while later. This is Colin. Yes, the game looks grainy as shit. No, there's nothing I can do about it. It has something to do with the daylight environments. The nighttime environments don't really have this problem. The daytime environments have this grain filter over them, and I don't really understand it. But this is Colin. Colin's an asshole. I think you've already figured that out. Alright, this is the first hub of the game. There's 2 hubs in this game. There's this place, and then there's the Resistance HQ. We'll get to that in a minute. Or later on, I should say. And we'll go ahead and grab all this crap. Let's see. Actually, you know what? This is driving me crazy. Is there an FOV slider? There is an FOV slider. Holy shit. Alright, let's go to 90, because I know that's about right. After 100, it gets a little weird. No, that's better. We don't quite have... We're kind of getting into the fisheye territory, but we're okay for now. So, crafting requires...
But you had one job today and you dropped the fucking ball.
I don't have to listen to this shit.
Sure, walk away, asshole.
Good feeling Colin's on the outs with just about everybody in the group. That's okay. He won't be a problem for very much longer. The crafting table allows you to build stuff. The most important thing it'll allow you to build is lockpicks. We're just going to go ahead and straight up build all 4 of those lockpicks, because you can batch build stuff. Lockpicks require metal scraps, but you can see all the other stuff it allows you to build. Health kits, great. Ammo, small caliber, large caliber shotgun shells. Here we go. Pipe bombs. So pipe bombs are a staple of the genre. You can see the available resources right here. So you have 2 kinds of items you can build. Well, so there's health kits, ammo, utility items, offensive items, and defensive items. Pretty much the only utility item you think you need to worry about building is a lockpick. This is actually a weapon. This is the Termination knife. We'll get some of these on our own. It's a shiv with some batteries attached to it. Make of that what you will. But we'll get into crafting some of this other stuff later. There's your canister bomb. That's from the movies. I mean, so is the pipe bomb. Pipe bomb is from Terminator 1. They used the pipe bomb to bisect the original Terminator. The canister bomb is the bigger bomb from Terminator 1. And that's the infamous sequence where they destroy the HK's treads. But we'll actually get to see that up close and personal in the expansion. And then this is, of course, just a brick of C4. I don't usually use this because they are so situational, and it's usually easier just to engage with the equipment you have rather than trying to pick up or trying to lay traps. Enemies aren't that particularly bright. I mean, they're stupid robots for a reason. All right, and then here we go. Very easy lockpicking. So yeah, this is just straight lockpicking from Bethesda. It's very easy lockpicks. You can't break the lockpick. Everything else is up to debate. Here we go.
Ooh-wee. All this for us?
No.
Oh, did I startle you?
Are you always such an asshole?
You know what? Now that I think about it, I guess I am. Since we're stuck here, I figured I'll go see if anything's creeping around the corner. I hear that you're looking for the Resistance, and where I'm heading, they used to have an outpost. I wouldn't mind backup while I'm out there. So what do you say? Buddies? Talk to Ryan and see if he needs anything. I'm moving out now. Let's meet at the bridge. And don't make me wait, will you?
Alright, looks like we're going on an outing with Colin.
This might come in handy.
Bunch of goodies.
Pipe bomb.
Bombs,
This will do some
medkits.
damage.
Yep, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to put take that out of rotation, put the Uzi on the 1 slot, put the M16 on the 2 slot, and I can't select my weapons while I'm in a hub. It's a non-combat area, so I don't really have to worry about it. Yeah, it's a non-combat area until it suddenly stops being a non-combat area.
Hey, thanks for earlier. If it wasn't for you, I probably would have started completely freaking out, and that wouldn't have done anyone any good. Patrick's been through a lot, you know? I guess we all have. I just wish I could find something that would take his mind off all this, at least for a moment. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say.
Oh goodness, how far into her history do we want to dig? We're going to get pretty much the whole story anyway, but yeah.
Were there any resistance in Pasadena?
They were stationed just outside of town since I can remember. But they moved not that long ago. We tried to convince ourselves that maybe we were safe, so they didn't need to be there anymore. But apparently we were wrong.
What about your father? What happened to him?
He protected us from a tin can. We were able to sneak out, but he had no chance. When I looked back, he was lying there, dead on the floor. I'm sorry, I don't think I'm ready for this.
Get the feeling she's not telling us the whole story. Alright, let's go see what Ryan wants, and then we're probably gonna head out.
Seems a repair might take a couple days. How's it looking inside?
There's a lot of supplies there. Looks like someone left them for us.
Nah, seems too much of a convenience. Better keep your eyes open. But speaking of supplies, we don't have much, but we keep everything useful inside this crate. You feel free to look through and pick up what you need. Listen, I know that finding the Resistance is your #1 priority. But if you stumble upon a set of tools while you're out there, please bring them to me, okay? I must have lost mine during the escape. Good luck out there.
Alright, and that is the second of the side quests we're going to get. So we've got Not a Toy, which is find something to help distract the little kid, Jennifer's brother. I don't remember his name at the moment. I'm sure it'll be important later.
Sorry for panicking before. It's just that... Why do they always have to look like spiders?
Good point. Also horrifying. To what Aaron wants.
Can I help you?
What was that with Colin?
He was supposed to take care of a package back in Pasadena. Relying on him cost me my antibiotics, my pills, and possibly that man's life. But there's nothing we can do about it now.
And she says that man. She means Brian, the guy laying at her feet. I'm sorry, not Brian. Mark.
What do you think about Ryan?
Ryan? I heard him fumbling through that speech back in the bus. You have to excuse him. Usually Jennifer's father welcomed the new arrivals. I guess Ryan thinks he has a new role in this group. If that's the case, then we should all be worried.
It's interesting that everybody kind of shits on Ryan, including me. He's one of the most... He's got some of the most well, not thoroughly written, not well written, but thoroughly written backstory in this game. At least in this campaign. But everybody hates him. Because he's kind of like the bumbling old grandfather of the group. Let's see what Aaron has to say.
Do you need help with anything?
No, I'm fine. I had to learn to do things by myself for quite a while, sweetie. Now, tell me, what did you really want to ask me?
Ooh.
How did you become a doctor?
Like anyone else before the war. I studied. Not that it matters, but I'm not technically a doctor. Judgment Day got in the way of graduation. But not only did my medical training save other people's lives, it even saved mine. I was spared when a bunch of us got captured by the machines. Maybe they thought it would be worth having a doctor in there. I don't know.
What happens at those camps?
People get tortured, experimented on, cut to pieces. I couldn't watch at first, but I soon realized that I had to do what no one else could. I had to bear witness to the atrocities. You're actually the first person that wasn't afraid to ask. They're all scared of me, like I'm carrying some sort of disease. But they're still coming to me for medicine. Ironic, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, Jesus. If you know anything about Terminator lore, it's those camps are really kind of an absolute and total nightmare. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be in her shoes. Alright, so let's take a quick look at the trade supply, and yeah, so you can buy more ammo. And I'm actually going to go ahead and do that because I'm going to sell the pistol and then buy some more bullets. Small caliber. We'll see how much can we get. Cool. All right, we bought all of it. Leaves us with a little bit of cash left. We'll accept the transaction and call it quits. And that gives us a little bit of ammo to play with. We've got some medium caliber bullets and some more small caliber bullets. I don't know why. It's medium and large at this point. 3 quests, 1 main, 2 side quests, and we'll get a few more as we go on. Some in mission, some from the hubs. So we're going to go, this is our exit, but I think I'm going to call it here. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.